Hello, welcome everyone to this dystopian future, I guess. Welcome to another. I fucked it. I was trying to be clever. Welcome to another Happy Pod, the only podcast in the world. My name is Nathan. I'm always joined by my co-host Lawrence. He's a dickhead, and he's going to tell us what this show is all about. I'm not even given a chance to talk this week, so Lawrence, tell us what this show is all about.
Fuck, you got me.
Yes.
Nathan, this show is the dystopian future show where we talk about all things pop culture. We talk about movies, we talk about TV shows, we talk about games, we try and have a good time while we do it. We ignore some toxic negativity, Nelly nonsense, and we just have a swell as hell time.
Lovely stuff. Can you just say discourse? Like, is it really that
I feel like
much?
it's too professional. I like to spice it up a bit. Bit of flair.
But I feel like toxic Nelly nonsense just is nothing, though. Like, what does that mean?
Look, I'm going for unprofessional and more relaxed, and I think it hits that vibe.
Okay.
Would you agree?
No, I would say that it hits the vibe of nothing.
I would say it hits the vibe of Nelly nothing.
Okay, again, that just proves my point.
It's true. I can't whistle. I was worried you were going to wait for me to do the whistle.
You can't whistle, like, at all?
I'll give you my best shot at it.
They're just blowing.
Yeah, the first one was all right. The first one was strong. Oh, you had to do it quicker as well, just to one-up me.
You never whistle a jaunty tune?
I will do an odd whistle, but it will be like a very, just the couple of notes I know I can hit. I won't be whistling away to any specific recognised song.
I can whistle to anything.
Go on, whistle to our theme song. Pretty colossal L for me, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. You were fucking saying?
Oh, fuck. All right. What's your breath control like if I asked you to do the Still Got Legs theme?
You see, I breathe while I whistle. Like, some of my whistles are external and some are internal, if that makes sense.
Oh, you switch up your whistle game.
Yeah. I did it then.
Is there a term for that? Is there like ambidextrous is when you can use both hands? Is there a way
Lawrence,
you can
today
whistle
we're here
twice?
to talk about the Hunger Games.
The audience are only thanking you for that, so crack on. Yeah, it's fine.
Exactly. Right. So yes, we're kicking off a new. It's kind of a little mini series, I guess, a little 3-week run on a movie series.
It's not as satisfying as The Matrix that we lined up with the month of May.
Yes,
but
there is no pun which necessarily lends itself to this series. But nevertheless, we decided to talk through them.
Yeah.
Or you decided to. You wanted to do these.
I did want to do these. I haven't seen these movies in ages, and I remember really enjoying them. I remember like a lot of things coming out about this. Like, they push marketing on this super hard. I remember genuinely, you know, the 80s song "Everybody Wants to Rule the World." Very happy, jaunty.
Everybody wants to rule the world. Was there like a moody dystopic version?
There was. It was by Lorde, and it was my introduction to both Lorde and that song. I'd never heard the real version of that song up until that point.
Who is Lorde?
Lorde is like a New Zealand singer. She did, I think she did that song, you know, that "I'm waiting for it, that green light, blah, blah." That song. She also did.
I don't care?
No. That's the one about crashing your car or something. She did
Yeah.
Royals, I think. She did, and we'll never be royals.
Oh.
She did that one.
Okay, I know that one.
Yeah, there's way too much of us whistling and singing in the first. Someone could remix us and make a band out of us with AI or something from this intro alone.
Don't do that.
No, please don't.
Have you read the books?
No.
No, because as we've established many times on this podcast, you can't read.
One of my last recommendations was a book.
You can't. Oh, I tuned out for that one. I have no idea what you recommended. So.
That's fair, yeah. I feel like we both just like ignore each other, have a little scroll on Twitter while we're recommending stuff.
No, not all the time. Only when it's like fucking 1 a.m. and I'm very tired.
That's fair.
We've been podcasting for like 6 hours or whatever.
That is very fair. Had it been a while since you saw The Hunger Games?
Yes, I have not seen this movie since I first saw this movie.
Oh, wow.
Which was when it came out, whenever that was, I guess.
11 years ago.
11 whole years ago then. Although I don't think I saw it in this. I would have saw it on not DVD, but like Netflix maybe. If was Netflix around then?
Yeah.
Or,
I don't know if it was around in that form, but from the dawn of Netflix, I've always seen this movie on Netflix.
yeah, it's not on Netflix now though.
It is. I watched it on Netflix.
Oh really?
Yeah, I watched it today on Netflix.
Oh, I watched it on Prime.
Did you pay for it?
No.
We have the same TV. I just did the thing where I was like, The Hunger Games, and it took me to Netflix. It didn't even give me a Prime option.
Oh, I didn't even do that. I just, as far as I was aware, it was only on Prime, so I just went straight to Prime.
Fair enough. I wonder if there were any glaring differences in the cuts we watched.
To be honest, there was a on when I was all right. When I don't know what happened there.
Breathe, Nathan, breathe. He's done too much whistling.
When I searched for it on Prime, there was actually two versions of it, and like the regular theatrical version wasn't available, and the one that was what was called the unseen version. Don't know what that was or why it was unseen, but
Our mission for this episode is now to try and work out what you saw that I didn't.
that would probably be quite difficult, to be honest. But
Indeed. So have you read the books?
I have, yes. So this is what I was going to say. So I've not seen the movies since I first saw them. Okay. And I actually haven't seen the last movie.
Oh,
at
really?
all.
You've never seen
Yeah.
the last one?
Never seen the last one. Or maybe both the last ones.
Unless they took a massive departure, then that means that, like, so do you know how the story ends?
Yeah, I've read the books.
Yeah, but, like, maybe they changed something. I don't know.
Well, there are differences, which we can get into. I love the books so much. Loved them. Like them a lot more than the movies, to be honest. I read the books a few years after I watched the movies.
Oh, okay. Are they, like, not good adaptations?
There's just stuff that's like... books are always more fleshed out,
Yeah, of
really, because, like, they're not limited to, like, a 2-hour runtime and stuff. And, you know, there's always more detail in the books and that type of stuff. And like when I first watched the movies, I wasn't necessarily like as politically aware as I am today. So like a lot of stuff just washed over me.
Yeah.
Like the whole discourse of like, like the fucking inequality in society and just everything just.
I'm
straight
picturing
over
you
my
just
head.
watching the first Hunger Games movie as like a little boy and then being like, I want to play Manhunt in the woods. Like, whereas like most adults are like, oh, fucking hell. It's a bit much, isn't it?
To me, it was just like, fun movie where people kill each other in the woods or whatever. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go watch that. But then I read the books. Once I read the books, I was starting to become a little bit more politically aware and stuff. And I was like, "Fuck, wow, there's some shit here." Yeah. And I just really liked it. I actually read, I don't know if it's the first or second one, but I read one of them just in a day, just straight away, just
shit.
the whole book front to back.
Are they like quite meaty books? Are they big boys?
No, they're just a standard book length, really. Not,
Could be anything.
no, I don't know how
They're
to
about
describe it.
the I would say like 4 trees. Could
Just
be in
picture
there.
a book, and it's about the same size. Like, it's not like a beefy, like fucking Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. It's not like a little Philosopher's Stone. It's like somewhere in between.
Okay,
really.
yeah.
500-600 pages, sort of thing, possibly.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I imagine there was quite a lot of kind of dropped plot stuff then, because this movie it does a good job of like setting everything up, but like it breezes. Like it starts and then it's like we're on a fucking train.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the books, from Katniss's perspective, Katniss narrates them.
Oh, cool.
So like there's differences between them both, really. Like there's stuff in the movie which doesn't appear in the book because like how would Katniss know, basically? Like
Yeah,
how
true.
does Katniss know what's going on in the fucking control room and all that sort of shit? Like she's not there, she doesn't see it, so that's not in the books. But then vice versa, there's like some really touching scenes from the books that didn't make it through to the movie, and there's some changes with certain things which are strange. But yeah, we can get into that.
Okay. All right. Well, then, movie-wise, right? We can talk about the book in a bit, but like separating it from the book, just like purely what you watched today or whenever you watched it. How is this like hitting for you?
L.
No, really?
Big L.
Really?
Big steaming pile of No, it's really good.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God I didn't have it in me today. I did not have a row in me today.
No, it's I enjoyed it so much. Had a really good time watching it. I when I first watched this movie, I would not have cried once. Like not a single tear would have been shed. In the opening 20 minutes, I was bawling. I was fucking bawling my eyes out. Like at the scene where she fucking volunteers for her sister, I was like, oh my fucking God, this is some stuff, man. This is intense. Yeah, I had a really good time with it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, same. I think it's like I've got one of my first notes on this is already like it's so early on in the movie and we're already cooking with gas. Like it's the thing that stood out to me, like, and again, these are all like the little quirks, like as you grow up and you like watch some more movies and like obviously, like you said earlier, the political kind of landscape in your mind becomes a bit more evident to what's this whole franchise is really about.
Yeah.
But then also like you start to notice choices that as a kid you probably wouldn't notice. But like one of the first things was like,
say as a kid, I would have been like 16 when this came out.
Ah, that's a kid though, isn't it? That's just like fucking. I was 16. I was a moron.
No way, was I? 11 years ago, I'd have been 18.
Oh, you're dumb then, yeah.
That's an adult. But I was not a smart 18. I practically just lived at the pub as an 18-year-old, so
your brain was just permanently altered from all the alcohol.
I was not politically switched on at 18.
But yeah, like the fucking out of the gate, like someone asks the game maker, Caesar Flickerman asks the game maker guy,
Devilbeard.
Yeah, what's his name?
The actor's name or the guy's name?
The guy's name.
Seneca Crane. We can just call him Devilbeard.
Yeah, we'll call him Devilbeard. So Flickerman asks Devilbeard, like, what's your personal touch? And he, like, does that thing, and the movie does that cut where, like, he goes, and, like, goes to say something, and it just cuts to a little girl screaming. And I was like, oh, we're off to something here. We're onto a winner with this movie straight away.
Yeah.
Like, the opening of this, the first 20 minutes, is some of the bleakest shit I've ever seen.
They do a really good job of, like, setting the tone of, like, District 12 and showing you that it's a really just bleak and fucking dire place, and it's not really somewhere you want to live and that sort of stuff. And then, obviously, later we see the capital and just how fucking decadent and lavish and everything is in contrast to this district and possibly quite a lot of others. Yeah, straight away it's a good setup for what's to come.
Yeah, it does this, like, it kind of gives you this insight, because obviously we need to find out. The movie actually intros with like a bit of text, like a wall of text on screen that's like, this is the Hunger Games, this is what it's the premise.
Which is a little unnecessary.
Yeah,
then,
absolutely unnecessary.
Because then like fucking 10 minutes later we get like, oh, here's a video for you all to watch, and it's just President Snow saying the exact same thing. Really.
And then before that, Liam Hemsworth is like, I can't believe they've been doing the Hunger Games for so many years.
Yeah. There is some moments of context which are just, some of this is unnecessary.
Yeah.
I think. Exposition, not context, sorry. But it is what it is.
Yeah. It is exposition. We got too much context, if anything.
Yeah. I think that comes from the changes from the books, though, because like I said, you can just have Katniss say this in her narration in the books,
true.
just explaining to us what these things are. In the movie, obviously, we don't have that luxury. We have to make changes. So
also, it's like it's the first one of like a late kind of, or like early 2010s teen dystopia. Like they weren't taking any chances. They were like, this is what it's about.
This was the era for those fucking YA movies, wasn't it? There was like fucking, there was this, it's all building off the back of Harry Potter and fucking Twilight, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was this, there was Twilight going on at the same time, there was Divergent, Allegiant, fucking Detergent, all those. There was fucking Maze Runner as well. There was
a fair few, yeah.
It was all popping off.
I know one of them only wrapped up, like, I say recently, but like probably about like 6 or 7 years ago now. But like it wrapped up, and there was so little interest for this genre left that it just apparently they put like a bunch of money into it, and then they just went, oh fuck this, put it on TV, and they aired it like twice on TV. Yeah,
and that was the Divergent one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a bad time. But this is the golden era for it. Like this is where it's booming. I think like there'd been 2 Twilights, probably like 3 Harry Potters by this point.
No, Harry Potter was done by this point.
Oh, of course it was. 2011 that ended, didn't
3
it?
Harry Potters by 2011.
I'm fucking way off, man.
Harry Potter was done in 2011, mate.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. All right, fine. Twilight wasn't. I know Twilight. All right. But yeah, no, you're right. Like the opening of this, there is a lot of context to it, but like it's very. What I like is how they describe it as like it started as a punishment for treason.
Yeah.
It started as like here's a reminder of like what we're gonna do to you because of the uprising that you tried.
Which in itself is just fucked.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fucking so bad.
it's so beyond. Hey, remember that time you guys like tried to fucking fight for equal rights and like just fair treatment? Fuck off. Now we're going to make your kids compete in the fucking Death Olympics forever. All right.
But it's like that one in like the opening talk show thing. They said like either the talk show or the video. In one of those scenes, they say like it's it started as a punishment for treason, but it's more than that now. It brings us together, and I'm like, yeah, for you rich elite fuckers, maybe
for everyone in the capital, yeah, not for the people in fucking District 12 who are forced to watch it at gunpoint and have no choice but to compete or fucking die.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I think firstly, obviously, I know this is literally Battle Royale, right? It is.
Inspired by, but it's very different.
Oh, they flesh it, obviously. Like they make it Battle Royale. It's like it's like Twilight was 50 Shades or 50 Shades was Twilight or something. There's like straight away. Is it Gale? Liam Hemsworth's character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He says something. He introduces like the theory of like how like people are like, I don't like what this studio's doing. Vote with your wallet. He's like, if everyone stopped watching, what would they do? It's like they just still do it, or they just, as Snow says later on, just line them up at gunpoint and do it that way because it's quicker and easier.
Yeah. They'd kill you. They force them to watch it anyway.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was like explicitly said, but like everyone seems to be watching.
It is in the book. It's explicit in the book, but they are made to watch it. And I think like the TVs in the homes, it's like a propaganda thing where they won't switch off. Like it's just always on and just always playing. Yeah.
Fuck, that is so bleak.
I think you can turn it down, but you can't turn it off.
Right. Yeah. Okay. It's a great premise. It's a great story. Like it's a great kind of backing thing for a story to be told around.
Yeah, it's really interesting the world it's set in. Like the version of America they've got, the Pan Am, and how it's split up with the capital and the districts, and all the districts providing for the capital and that sort of stuff. It's very interesting, and the movie does a very good job of just pissing you off.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
there's so many times during the movie where I just found myself just getting angrier and angrier about like just anything set in the capital. I'm like, oh, fucking hate everyone here.
And it's like little irrational things as well. Like there's a scene, I will, this is maybe jumping ahead a little bit, but like there's a scene where like Hamish, the mentor of them, who is like a previous winner of an older Hunger Games, he's like just watching like one of the Capital Elite's kids playing with like a sword in the build up to the games, and he's just like, that whiskey glass is gonna crack any second. He's just like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
And that was me. Like the movie does such a good job of like getting you on side straight away.
Yeah, definitely.
And like that's why I'm amazed you haven't seen Mockingjay Part 2. Like that's the culminate. That's the breath of fresh air you can take. And it's like, oh fuck, it's done. Okay, cool.
I heard it wasn't good.
I can't speak to it. I remember enjoying it, but like fucking kids enjoy everything, don't they?
I think by this point we just started uni when it came out. I think.
Yeah, it's probably about that time. Yeah.
And I was first year of uni.
Just a train wreck. No chance. If you thought 18 Nathan was naughty, my word.
Not a lot going on there.
But yeah, so we were talking about like how bleak the opening is, and it's just like it's a way that like really just suits the vibe. It's like devoid of any life fulfillment. Everyone's just working to fucking make ends meet, and even then they barely achieve it.
Yeah.
Everyone's I didn't like, there's the common thing now. It's like, oh, movies look grey and unsaturated and boring, and I'm like, this isn't a product of its time, because the movie is bright and colourful, but like even in this district, the opening set in District 12, everyone's wearing like what can only be described as just kind of like Holocaust colours.
Yeah.
Like the whole place feels like a death camp.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It's very specific in its design.
Yeah.
And like the costumes and what everyone are wearing. The guards, the peacekeepers, they made me laugh because like I think they like changed their costume design for like the other movies, and like they're so much better in the other movies because here they kind of just look like Time Lords from the 70s.
Yeah,
Like their weird little hats and stuff.
they look like if a 16-year-old wanted to make a Star Wars fan film,
Yeah.
what they would put the troopers in.
Yeah. They don't look very threatening. I know in the later movies they do appear more threatening. They changed up the design, but for now they just look weird, really.
They're working with what they, but also like they're not. I know they're a threat, but like the threat feels like it's coming more from just like it's larger than any one group of troopers.
Yeah. Yeah.
The threat is of just like mass oppression and surveillance. Like if you step out of line, you're just gonna get crushed immediately.
I think they made the right choice in the later movies to like cover the faces. 'Cause, again, just the faceless fucking guard of fascism, which is like the point of the stormtroopers and that type of thing.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's a movie that is like it's acknowledging the empathy of human life. I don't want to look at someone die. Like if you tell me that is fascism embodied, then you can lance him through the face and I'll clap. But if I'm watching a man just get his face caved in, I feel sad about that.
what if they're a fascist?
No, but like I'm just like watching gory stuff. It doesn't feel
Me,
real
I'm
good.
cheering.
Oh yeah, well that's true, yeah. Well now obviously now you say you are politically aware these days.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, like so there's all these beigey colours and it's all a bit kind of doom and gloom obviously. And then like Elizabeth Banks's character steps out in like
So out of place, just like in the big pink dress and the makeup and the hair and everything. Just like there's no other way to describe the whole aesthetic of the Capitol and even the people as just decadent because that's what it is. It's just over the top and these outlandish costumes and bright colors and just everything is just so fucking rich and decadent and like that dress probably costs more than like this whole fucking town makes in a year.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
So like yeah,
it's like and also you forget like you're saying like decadent and lavish and overly kind of fucking in your face.
Yeah.
It does come across because one thing everyone remembers Devilbeard because of his silly beard.
yeah.
But then, like, one thing I forgot is, like, other characters in the opening, in the District 12 opening, like, they've got beards. They don't look like his stupid fucking beard. They just look like my beard. Just a normal beard.
Yeah.
A bit unkept
Because-
and just a beard.
Because it's not some big fashion statement.
Yeah.
It's not, oh, look at me, look at my beard, look how fancy it's cut and shaved and weaved and all this sort of stuff. It's just, I wear a beard because I can't afford to shave every 2 days.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
giving a stormtrooper a fucking, I don't know, an extra go of my name in the death fucking lottery just for a
Yeah.
razor, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. There's other things as well, like what I was saying. You notice about like little choices the movie makes. I forgot so much of this movie, especially the opening, is just like so uncomfortably close to people. Like the camera is like it's in a close up and it's like mostly handheld and it does a really good job of showing like the enforcement of the Capitol's presence at all times. Like the moment where Katniss steps forward and does the I volunteer as tribute thing and like she volunteered, she's willing to go, but they still have to like just have a slight pressure on her back as they walk her. Yeah, just crazy little and like that shot is paired with like Prim when she gets chosen, like adjusting the back of her dress so that she looks like neat and tidy and likable.
I'll tell you what I find quite disturbing and almost horrifying about the reaping sequence was like before it, like everyone was getting ready. There was like a sequence where they made a point to show like a lot of people getting ready, and you got the sense like they're not putting on their normal clothes for this. Like they're dressing up.
Yeah,
this is something that they're fucking going to look their best for. Like they're putting their Sunday best on and all that sort of stuff. And there's just something about that which is so fucking.
It's like
I don't even
dress
know.
up for your masters kind of
Yeah,
thing.
dress up for your death.
Yeah,
really,
literally, yeah.
because like fucking any one of those kids could be fucking called out and just basically said, "Well, yeah, you're gonna die. It's cool. See you later. Off
Yeah.
you go." And the fact that they're all dressing up to look their best for that, there's something just very haunting about that. Basically,
I think it's the like playing on the nature of like the age old. I don't know if it's a movie trope. I don't think it's something necessarily people in real life do. But there is absolutely a movie language that is like you put on your best before you kill yourself in a movie. Like you put on like a lot of suicide sequences will be shot with a man wearing his suit or a woman wearing a nice form-fitting dress or whatever. There's something like talking about the bleakness of it all. Like when you start to realize, when it starts to like sink in and land, like, you know, it's all well and good, you like everyone watching like, oh, the basically, as you said it earlier, the Death Olympics is going on. But once it starts to happen to Katniss, and she starts to like grapple with the fact that like in 2 weeks she's either going to be dead or going to have at least killed a few people.
Yeah.
You get the line from Liam Hemsworth's character that's like, he's like, you know how to hunt, and she's like, yeah, animals, and he's like, fuck it, what's the difference at this point?
Yeah.
And that's like,
it's true. Yeah.
it's true, but it's also like, it's sad. It's like it's kind of like, firstly, an animalistic kind of like way of looking at things, a primal, horrible way to approach life, but then also like a self-referential, like, we're just cattle to these people. Like,
they are though. Yeah.
I mean, they are. It sucks.
That it's literally just fucking entertainment. It doesn't matter to them at all. It's a story.
I don't like something that I thought was weird in the movie was how Elizabeth Banks's character, like, she's mouthing along to the propaganda video for like, I can't remember if this happens later on. Maybe this is something explored more in the book as well, which is kind of why I bring it up. Like, did she ever, like, she's friends with Hamish? Like, what's she loving all this propaganda for? It feels like she shouldn't.
She's a character who grows over the course of the series, from what I remember. I don't think she's ever like fully, yeah, revolution. Fucking let's do this. But she does kind of like warm up and sort of. I think in the last one she's in fucking District 13 with everyone else, from what I can remember. I remember there being a moment where Katniss was saying like, there's like, she's proud of how far she's come or something like that. I might be mistaken there. It's been a while since I read them. But I don't think she's ever someone who ever gets fully on board with it all, because she is, you know, she's not really Hamish's friend. She's still from the capital. She's still part of that lifestyle.
She's like assigned to him.
Yeah. She has District 12 roots, and because of that, she kind of goes along with what happens, but I don't think it's ever something that she's fully committed to.
It probably gets along to the point where it's like, what's she gonna do about it? Like, you stand in the way, you're just gonna get pushed out. Like, So I don't know. I like the moment where you're like, she warms to the idea of a revolution. I'm just picturing her like somewhere in the third movie being like, yeah, maybe killing all these kids is bad. Seems like the easiest fucking revelation to possibly have.
Well, it's not great. It's definitely not great.
Yeah. Again, are we the baddies thing?
Oh, yeah. Effie Trinket is her character's name.
Trinket?
Effie Trinket, yeah.
Someone smarter than me, there's some in there. There's some in there, like, with the name Trinket. There's gotta be, right?
What do you mean? Like a joke?
No, more like trinkets, like collectible item things, aren't they? Like you get a little few trinkets or something.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. I feel like there's a meaning there. It's a weird name to just pick.
They all have weird names.
I mean, true. Yeah.
There's a guy called Caesar Flickerman.
That's true. Yeah, and Devilbeard. That's the weirdest one.
Devilbeard. Yeah.
All right. The intro to Hamish's character. It's something that I really like because it's so underwhelming, and I really enjoy it because it's just what it is like. He's best case scenario. Like he was chosen, he won, but like his life sucks, and he's just kind of been, since he won, he's just kind of lived his life and spent all of his free time reaping his rewards with a bunch of people that tried to kill him. And it's like he hates them all because presumably he killed people he didn't want to kill and saw a lot of shit that he didn't want to see. But yeah, I like him quite a lot.
He's an odd character because he's like clearly very traumatized, as is everyone, from like the Hunger Games and what happened, and he clearly fucking despises pretty much everyone. To be honest, he comes across, but he also like knows how the system works, and he'll not openly hate everyone, but he'll hate everyone, but he'll also work the system at the same time.
Oh, he's figured out how to survive in it.
Yeah, exactly. He knows like how the capital operates and how these people think and that sort of stuff, and he's learned to use that to his advantage. Yeah, basically.
Oh yeah, and you can you get the like, straight away, like, Peter tries to, like, stop him having a drink, and he, like, you see he's very physically imposing. You see that he's got the charm and the smile to sell something to someone.
Yeah.
That's something that I fucking think is really, really cool, because, like, playing the game, it all comes from, you know, there has to be a game to be played, and it's, like, it's pretty much all, like, revealed straight away how, like, yeah, it's a battle royale. It's you know, 24 people drop in one location and have to fight to the death, but it's no way near an unrigged or even game.
No,
because there are kids that are like 18 and there are kids that are like 12 or some shit.
Yeah,
and then also
there's
it's
also like kids who have been training for this their entire lives as well.
Oh, that don't. When I found out about the career districts, I was like, oh, there's some lore there. There's some meat to tap into on that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, even like the situation is unfair enough, but then like, of course, that they found a way in 70 odd years or whatever to apply a monetary value to it. Sponsors attach themselves to, like, you know, the tributes with the highest fucking expected score or whatever. Like, it's, and they drop them like little care packages. Like, it's so, everything about it is just like, it obviously started as a punishment, and then when they said it, like, brought us all together, obviously talking about, like, the rich capitalists, it brought them money and TV exploitation and opportunity.
It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's exactly right, yeah.
The Super Bowl, like, fucking, you know, an ad for the Super Bowl, a 30-second ad for the Super Bowl these days costs $7 million.
That's fucking so insane.
$7 million for a 30-second ad, because it's the most watched event in America for the whole year. Jesus. Which is strange. It's strange because I think this is going to change, though. This is all like, because the way people watch things is changing, and the amount of people who watch things are changing. And like, yeah, sure, 200 million people will watch the Super Bowl each year, but then 200 million people will also watch a Mr. Beast video every week.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Like, things are massively fucking changing.
Mate, I dread, like, I know what, like, the nature of my job and stuff, I know how much money, like, channels with, like, 100k subs can get paid for, like, a 2-second ad integration.
Yeah.
I, like, fucking recoil into myself thinking about how much a spot on a Mr. Beast video would be.
He's talked openly about it. He has talked, like, he is starting to, like, ask for Super Bowl prices now and that sort of stuff.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's $7 million. That's half of what we charge for a guest spot on this podcast. Seriously, come on, get yourself some exposure on the show.
Are you inviting Mr. Beast on our podcast?
If he wants to. I feel like he's the kind of guy that would just, like, see a memey thing like this and jump on it.
Yeah.
He, like, every now and again, you seen that thing he does where, like, every now and again he just, like, goes on YouTube and finds a video with, like, 20 views and then just comments on it.
Yeah.
And he'll, like, bring a fucking flurry of people to that person's channel.
I don't know how I feel about Mr. Beast.
Oh, he sucks. No, he doesn't suck. No.
Yeah, I can't figure him out. I don't know.
What I really like is the strengths and weaknesses of, like, Peter and Katniss. Like, Katniss is obviously more physically imposing. She's very, and I also like the reverse of that. Like, typically that would be like, especially in teen dystopia, that would be like the man's job to be the one that can fend off evil and stuff. But like, Katniss is, you know, very talented.
She's a hunter.
Yeah, and she's very, like, she has a lot of, like, emotional empathy and stuff, and she's really interesting. But then, like, straight away, Peter just gets it better than she does.
You see, Peter gets the system. Peter gets the manipulation, how the game works. He gets the appealing to the crowds, like working the audience and that sort of stuff. He gets that side. Without Katniss, this guy's dead, man.
Yeah,
he just fucking baked himself a cake or whatever, and just fucking just decorated his face or some shit.
But he also knows that. Like, he knows that as it goes on. Like, the thing he does before they go into the game, where he sells. Firstly, he sells himself as, like, a charming talk show guy.
Yeah.
When he's like, I don't know, how do you smell? How do I smell like roses? What do you like? And he's good at it straight away. He's charming. And then once he's got people to laugh and joke with him, then he's like, well, the love of my life is we're going to have to kill each other. He immediately sells the narrative that ends up saving their fucking lives. And it's, I don't know, it opens a whole can of worms about how these two actually feel about each other.
It's the romance aspect of it. It's difficult because I don't think Katniss likes him all throughout the entire movie.
What, like at all, or like as a romantic partner?
As a friend, yeah, sure. Yeah. Like she'll want to save her friend, yes. I don't think she loves this guy.
No,
like at all. Like everything that happens, especially in the actual fucking event itself, it's for the cameras. Everything that happens is like to sell the story. Like she gets the note like from Haymitch, you call that a kiss, and then what happens? She goes back and she kisses him properly again and stuff. It's all just fucking drama and fake and just giving the fucking crowd what they want basically to beat the system and get through it.
It's smart as well. Like it's clever. I like that. Like I don't want to jump too far ahead, but like all the stuff that that Katniss does out in the games, like how the games immediately start to turn on her because, you know, like there's Snow has that monologue about how there's, you know, hope is controllable, but once you give them too much, it's dangerous. Yeah. And like I've got a whole point that we can get onto later about like Rue's death and how it's like televised, and there's a reason that this Hunger Games is the one that changed it. Because obviously that's something like so often in like teen dystopia things you'll pick up and like this has been going on for 1,000,000 years, and this just so happens to be the 1 year that everything changes and whatever.
This is the 74th, I believe.
I think they said it somewhere along the line.
I think it's because the next one's the 75th, and that's a quarter quell.
Oh, and that's like a special one where they all fight each other again or something, though.
Well, that's specific to that one, but a special one basically.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, no, I think you're right. I think there is like Katniss doesn't like him, but I also think like he definitely likes her.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. He like, I don't know if he's just like seeing his opportunity and fucking running with it, or if it's sort of like, I don't know, but he definitely likes her.
Yeah. I think he sells the story and then ends up falling for his own story. Yeah. And she is reluctant to acknowledge the story and then halfway through goes, oh, I'm going to have to real lie here because it's the only way through this shit.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like my issues with the series as a whole and like how it goes on. Really, because I feel like definitely at first it's more like Katniss doesn't like him and just goes along with it for the stuff, for the fucking the event or whatever. But then it kind of just very quickly turns into, oh no, she does love him and she'll do anything for him and that sort of stuff. Like as they go on, from what I remember.
Well, there's an element of like, I don't know if it could necessarily be applied directly to Peter, but like what's that like Stockholm syndrome thing where like you fall in love with someone because of a
like
shared
trauma bonding.
Yeah. That definitely plays a part in it, surely.
Yeah, I think it definitely does. Yeah. And then there's like the whole thing with Gale as well, who's a much better match. Like, come on.
Oh, sorry. Did you mean Jacob?
No, I didn't. I meant Gale. Jacob's a weird creep who loves a baby. All right.
Yeah, I know, but like I don't know when all the books were written and stuff, but like you see what the movies at least are going for here. They saw the blueprint and were like, "Ooh, I could do t-shirts." I like that.
I think I don't like the love triangle stuff, but
I don't really remember a lot of it, and you don't get it in this. You get one shot of Gale looking a bit like, "Oh man, she's kissing."
You get the sense of it, and you do get the sense that Gale is a much better match for. Well, he knows it first of all.
Yeah, so, you don't get the sense of it. You just outright plainly see it.
Yeah, they actually know and like each other to start with. So,
and he's like back home looking after her entire family.
Yeah,
like.
He didn't just throw her some bread in the mud one time or whatever.
They kept coming back. I thought that would end up being a bit more relevant than it ended up being in the movie, at least.
It was a bit relevant.
It is relevant, but it doesn't say much that the movie wasn't already saying.
He threw her some bread.
Nice. Well done, Peter. You threw her some bread into the mud when in the pissing rain.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been starving, but like, I probably would eat the bread if I was starving, but like I'm taking one look at that now and being like, nah,
Yeah, no, you just had a fucking Chinese.
No, I had. What did I have tonight? I had a nice dinner tonight. I had like a red sauce pasta with some olives. It was nice.
I don't care.
That's fair. No one else does either. Right. The thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit was the Korea districts.
All right,
Because they are fucking interesting.
because you love them.
In what sense?
Because you love.
Here it
capital.
comes. Yeah.
Okay, and you were when you was watching this movie, you was like, "Yes, Hunger Games, let's go. Yes, President Snow, my president, I love you."
It's so weird that they framed this President Snow guy as a villain. He's obviously the only one talking sense, I was saying to the TV.
He's the hero of the piece,
Yeah.
surely.
No, I've put down the Korea districts are an interesting concept because, like,
Who are the Korea districts? What is it? Fucking young Channing Tatum and fucking the other one that is like sister girlfriend.
before we go on, I have to understand that you know that is not actually.
I know it's not young Channing, but come on, he looks just like him.
Is he the Stormbreaker guy?
It was Stormbreaker.
I think he's called Alex Pettifer. I think is his name.
What's the Stormbreaker?
I don't know. There's a guy in a movie called Stormbreaker that like loads of girls at this point were like he was the next Robert Pattinson, but then he just didn't really do anything.
I've never heard of Stormbreaker.
Fair. Well, I've saved you some time.
Okay, great. Thanks.
No, I don't know if it is him, but it looks like him. But yeah, no, they're the districts that like theoretically, right? It's tragic and it's sad and it's heartbreaking, but what they're doing makes sense. In terms of like, there's a Hunger Games every year. It comes around fucking like same time each year. They know what's going on, so it makes sense to like get kids trained and get them to have a fighting chance. You've been raised with the intention of fighting in this thing, and it's something that like it's just an even harsher break of the fucking resilience of like people at home and like the backbone of society. Because what it just does is, yes, gives them a fighting chance and prepares them in the best way possible, but also just perpetuates the silence of just abuse and like the very preparation for it reinforces what the capital wants, which is just like compliance and changed behavior to get on board with the regime and how things are now.
And doesn't it also work for them? Like, aren't they districts that are closer to the capital, like District 1, 2, whatever?
I think so, yeah.
Because of that, they're like they're better off than District 12, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, they got a lot more resources than fucking Katniss does.
Oh, I mean, you see them straight away when they all arrive in their like district clothes, and they all look like shit, and they're like, "Hey, I'm pretty handy here." Like, yeah. I was in the capital just last year. Yeah. I don't know. I just think the concept is really interesting, and I like that the film registers that. Like when Hamish sees them, he's like, "Let's go the fuck out. Let's get out of this room, because if they see what you're up to, we're pretty toast."
Yeah.
Yeah, really interesting concept. Yeah, I like it quite a lot.
And Jack Quaid himself.
I forgot he was in this.
I didn't even know. I was like, holy shit, it's a young Jack Quaid.
Time's been kind to him. He looks weird in this movie.
He barely looks older today.
He's got cooler hair.
He has the same hair pretty much.
No, I think he's grown into his looks.
He's got a little bit of a beard now, but other than that, he looks kind of the same.
I think he's grown into his looks. I think now he looks a bit like more of a leading man type, whereas he was definitely...
I don't know if he looks like a leading man now.
Oh, I don't know. Picture leading mans have changed in the last 20 years. They like a little weirdo now.
Yeah.
They're like a little bug-eyed weirdo now.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Look at, like, fucking...
I think he's perfectly cast as Huey.
Okay. Say about that what you will.
Yeah. But, like, no disrespect to Jack Quaid. Like, he's good.
He's good. He's a good actor, yeah.
He's good. He's good in that Auntie Donna sketch.
Oh, I forgot he's in the Auntie Donna sketch, yeah.
Yeah. And we have the Toronto Pennyworths, yeah.
There's a few The Boys alums in Auntie Donna, aren't there?
2 of them.
Yeah. That's, it's more than one. At this point, it is a trend.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's... What do you make of the whole, like, all of that? Basically, the film is split into 2 hours. The first hour is... There's... What? No, the breakdown of the whole thing. It's pretty evenly cut in terms of like the the reaping and the training, and then the last hour is the Hunger Games as a whole.
Okay. Yeah.
So fuck you.
I didn't say
You were laughing at me
anything.
because you thought I was going to say something stupid.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
But where are you at with like the training, all of that stuff in the capital?
Yeah, it's good. All the stuff with the capital, like all of that was just like I say, just making me mad, to be honest. Like especially the fucking like the interviews with Caesar and the audience and all that sort of stuff, and just the absolute fucking slop that they're being fed, and they're just eating it up and just being like, oh, they're all so amazing. Don't we love these people? Yeah, we love them so much. I can't wait to see you die on my TV.
Yeah.
It's so fucking insane and pisses me off so much. But
It's like it's like I think it's like a direct comment on like the people that like genuinely sit down of an evening to watch like Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, and it's like,
Yeah.
Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying this soft promo for just stuff?
yeah.
And it's like, hey, do you remember that one time where you pissed in a sink or whatever? And it's like, how'd you get a hold of that story? And it's like, because you told him it an hour ago.
Yeah.
And like, I hate it. It's the worst form of TV ever. It sucks. It's so transparently frustrating and just there to sell stuff to you. Like it's
That's all TV is.
yeah, I know, but like, there's at least like, and they have like writers. I'm like, what are the hosts doing? What's their job?
Hosting.
Just fucking shit. Like they're supposed to be funny, and they have a writer that comes up with like, let's do a Baby Shark skit 4 years after the meme was funny. Like, it's the fucking. It is. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate that form of TV with a passion.
I'm saying nothing at this point. I'll just let you go on your little rant. And
You
say what
shouldn't.
wanna
You
say.
shouldn't have brought up that sequence.
I'm talking about the movie, man. You got your own stuff going on. Like you got triggered by the fact that I just mentioned the Caesar interviews, and then you started talking about Fallon and Kimmel.
Late night TV needs to be abolished. It's a fucking
Alright.
worthless fucking genre of telly. Fine. Anyway, the movie. If I have to.
Are you okay?
No, I'm cross now.
Okay.
Well, no, but like you can understand my frustration because if you pair that I hate this form of TV and then pair it with the movie that is, like you said earlier, is deliberately frustrating you,
Yeah.
it's an incredibly tough watch. Just to
I do think there are some differences between Jimmy Fallon doing a silly little joke and Caesar Flickerman feeding the Capitol propaganda. I let's be clear here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a direct one-to-one comparison.
no, that's
okay?
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's clear inspiration drawn.
Yes, and I'll agree with that. Okay.
And fucking hate
Good.
Jimmy Fallon so much.
Okay.
And let people talk. Stop laughing over them. It's fake and it's frustrating. Sorry, I'm actually done now.
Okay. I was just letting you talk.
Thank you very much. In spirit, I would like to let you talk now.
I don't know what to say after that.
All right, the film does like a really good job of like throughout all this whole training sequence, the build up and the anxiety that you just get from everything. Like every time you see someone throw a knife, you're like, that's a pretty good knife throw. How is our hero going to get out of this? Like it all feels, I don't know. It just there's very little time for us to catch our breath. It just feels like the hours are chipping away, and then before you know it, like the sequence where Katniss is literally like shaking before she gets into the tube. It's hard to see. It's just hard to
Yeah.
watch someone feel that much stress.
There's a very tense sequence when she's getting ready to, like she meets up with Cena before, like she goes in and they have the little interaction, and then there's just the moment where she steps into the tube, and it's just you can feel her nerves. Of course, you'd be fucking terrified.
Yeah.
Like this is it. This is the fucking off you're gonna die. Have fun.
You could be
Like,
you could be dead in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrific, and people are dead in 3 minutes. Like
Yeah, it opens with a fucking bloodbath. Yeah.
I love that scene so much. Like it's such a well directed scene. Firstly, you have Hamish. Like it's interesting because you kind of get the sense of like he's been training her, and it does come across that like everything he taught her in the last 2 weeks has gone out of the window to the point where he has to like refreshen her mind. There will be a bow there. They want you to run in and die.
Yeah.
There'll be a bow.
Don't get
Just
it.
turn and get the fuck away from everyone as soon as you can. And it's like
I'd get the bow.
I don't know, man. People are getting hacked with machetes in like the first 30 seconds.
Not me.
I'm built different.
I just get the bow.
I'd get to the bow. I wouldn't even use it as a bow. I'd just twat people with it. Just swing it about.
Not me. I just get to it.
And then what would you do?
Just use it.
Then you'd
Like,
use, yeah.
If someone else gets the bow, I'll be like, no, I'm using that. They'd be like, oh, sorry.
Good thing there's 23 arrows here.
Yeah.
Time for you all to die, said Nathan. I can't believe it. The shortest Hunger Games ever. I present your winner. I don't know.
Do you reckon that's ever happened in 74 years?
It's got to have
it's
happened
just
once.
fucking well, not necessarily. It's only happened 74 times.
Imagine if someone's backpack just had a minigun in it.
What? Why would why would that happen?
Maybe he was the one that all the sponsors backed, and that Snow was like tidy investment.
I don't think they'd just give him a minigun though.
You don't know. They give people a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but then that's just like, oh, here you go, win the games, then, isn't it?
That's true. Yeah, I like the adult bloke from District 10, the person that went there with Rue. His weapon of choice is just his sheer mass, just like body slamming someone against a wall.
Yeah,
it's great.
It is pretty good.
But yeah, so she darts off. I love that sequence because it just everyone's running and panicking and stressing, and like the movie's kind of forgot about Peter up until this point because it's trying to lead you down a path of like, is he just in it for himself now to survive?
Yeah.
And like Katniss like eyes up the bow like could I? I know what Hamish said, but I reckon I could get it.
Yeah.
And like I
could get it.
Yeah, no. Nathan could get it, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, let's just be clear about that.
Just so we're all in the know.
Yeah.
But like there's such a quick shot of Peter just seeing that Katniss is considering it, and it's just like the subtle shake of the head like, don't do it, you'll die, don't do it.
Yeah.
And it's such and it all goes silent. It's such a good scene.
What would you do?
I'd simply survive.
Fair.
I'd kill them all.
Yeah. Okay.
What I would have done up until this point is I would have already blackmailed everyone in the Capitol War Room.
Yeah.
And I'd have looked up, winked down the lens, and then everyone's like fucking tracker would have exploded in their wrists. And I would have looked
So their wrists are blown off?
Yeah, their wrists are blown off, but then it blows up the rest of them as well. So it's a big blow.
But it doesn't affect you who's standing right next to all these.
No, my tube is placed further enough away. They're all like, "What are you doing over there?" I'm like, "Time will tell." Okay. And then I look down the lens, I wink again, and then I address
Which lens?
The camera. There's like 8 cameras, and it's all just around.
And you just know exactly where it is.
Yeah, I've asked them where it is, so that I can do this. And then I say to them, "Now your children are safe." And they go, "It was our Hunger Games all along." And the credits roll.
So Katniss goes into the woods.
And then it zooms out, and we're on top of the World Trade Center.
So Katniss goes into the woods. She picks up her backpack. She has a little bit of a scuffle, but she manages to get free. And then she like just hangs out in a tree for like the rest of the movie, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's the movie. I was surprised about it, but like it makes a lot of sense. Like it really allows Katniss to kill indirectly. Like, this is like a Batman fan's fucking wet dream of a movie. Because he didn't actually kill anyone, he was just around and caused the thing that got them all killed.
There's really only one person she directly kills.
Yeah.
Really. And it's Jack Quaid, bless him.
It's just also colossal L, just straight through the heart.
Yeah.
And he runs in victoriously screeching as well.
Yeah.
You're a maniac. But like, I think it's a natural kind of thing because it makes sense for the movie because we see her as less villainous. We see like the other guys like deciding which one of them gets the honor of killing like a little girl that's like begging for her life. But like with Katniss, it really builds up to her killing someone so that by the time she does it with Jack Quaid, you're immediately on side. You're like, this isn't villainous at all. Like that guy needed to fucking die. He sucked.
Yeah. Well, it was more defense than anything. Really.
Exactly. Yeah. It was literally someone begging for their life is very different.
It was a kill or be killed moment. Like he was there with a fucking spear. She quickly reacted and fucking put an arrow in his chest.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
it's great shit.
It was quick thinking, really. I don't know. I think some of the like it's a bit cartoony. Some of it. They're
like the Wasp.
They're all like. No, not the Tracker Jackers or anything. Just the like, yeah, let's form a gang and then we'll go around and we'll kill everyone and we'll be the killing gang and we'll be like, haha, here she is, let's kill her, boys. I don't know. It's just a bit like, come on, we're the bad guys. Yeah,
It is strange. And it is a little bit cartoon villain-esque. And like there were times where I was watching it, I'm like, if your plan succeeds, it's really bad news for you.
Yeah.
Like if you're like you want to get far away from anyone else.
You're all gonna have to kill each other. What's gonna happen then?
Yeah.
Like,
there's that moment where they cut down the last person that isn't them, and then suddenly like the best person at maths is like just taking a step back and being like,
Yeah.
hang on a minute, let me assess this.
yeah.
It
It was me. Like the second fucking Channing Tatum had his back to me, fucking knife.
Oh, he's done. Yeah.
You got to get rid of him first.
Everyone in this is far too trusting for the scenario they're in. Like Katniss like falls asleep.
Why they got Peter with them? Like, why are they trusting this guy?
They're using him to, because they say at one point they're like, should we kill him now? And he's like, no, let's wait for him to lead us there. I'm like, he's not better at tracking than you guys are. And like they didn't confer.
He just knows her. Like he doesn't know where she is.
Do you reckon the whole time Peter's leading them around and he's like, we discussed our favorite spots.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the movie doesn't tell us, but it's shown us that Peter is smart enough to get through this shit by talking.
Yeah.
Like he is clever at just using his words.
By baking a little cake.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking cartoony, that is outrageous.
Yeah.
I'm a rock cake thing with a face.
Sure. Yeah.
Very strange. But I missed him.
I missed him too.
It's because the movie didn't show us him, but
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah. Didn't show us him until he saw his big face in a rock.
And then it was a wide shot, and I was like, I definitely see him. I'd look down and be like, why is that rock looking at me?
Yeah.
Also, like, you're in a battle. How much time does it take you to do that?
Yeah, that's got to be a bit of effort. Like,
Way too much effort for, like, just being able to have I suppose if you go back there every day to sleep.
yeah, but then like the fucking game creators eventually they'll be like, all right, this is boring. He's not doing anything. Let's like set this place on fire or whatever, and just make him fucking go back to the other place.
That's like something else that I wrote down about how it's like they have like so little choice of what happens in the game, and then like it's just like the second they get bored, they're like, just firebomb them.
Yeah,
Well, that's not fair.
well, none of this is fair, Laura.
I mean, yeah, it's true. But that's the illusion of fairness is gone when like I don't know, it feels weighted against Katniss. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it was me or you, simply wouldn't bother me. I'd sleep. They'd firebomb me and I'd sleep through it.
Well, you wouldn't.
They'd be like, "How's he doing this?" And then I'd look down the lens.
Stop looking down the lens.
And I would say, "Now your children."
Lawrence, we've been recording an hour and 10 minutes.
It's true. The hallucination sequence after the Tracker Jacker stuff is really, really good.
It's fine.
It's fun or fine?
Fine.
It's great. It's like it's not as like trippy and weird. Her mum. I think it's just a brilliant choice. Her mum not being able to say anything when she's like grieving the loss of their dad. So much so that like when she opens her mouth in the dream sequence, her dialogue is replaced by Peter screaming like, "Fucking move, run." I don't know. I just think it's a really like it's a cool directing choice.
It was a cool way to show her dad's death as well.
Yeah.
Without like getting into the backstory of it all, basically.
Yeah, it's just it catches us up a little bit. But normally I don't like hallucination sequences because it's just like, ooh, and just a bit odd.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Yeah, it's like, is that the door? No, it's a wall. It like, who cares? Yeah.
Remember when your parents died, Batman?
Ooh. But yeah,
all my examples are of Batman.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Should we talk about Rue? I don't want to either.
If we must,
it's very sad.
It's very sad. I don't want to talk about it, but I guess we must.
But alas, this is a podcast.
Lawrence, a little girl dies.
She does, and it is
Jack
extremely
Quaid
sad.
himself throws a spear through her chest. And you cheered.
Of course.
Okay.
When Jack Quaid died. By my hand, and then I looked down the lens.
Lawrence, a little girl has died, please.
It's true. it's very sad. This is what I was talking about earlier. Like, this is why this is one of the ones to change it. Like the ones that changed the Hunger Games, made them look weak. I know there's the whole stuff of like the two star-crossed lovers get to win, and that makes them look a bit weak.
Yeah.
Like, but this is the real thing, I think, that does it. Like,
Well, I think it starts with Katniss volunteering.
yeah, that's probably true. Yeah.
And Katniss volunteering because of Prim, her sister, who she obviously didn't want to die. She loves her sister. She wants to protect her. Oh, look, there's a young girl in the Hunger Games just about her sister's age. Yeah. What's Katniss going to do?
Uh-oh. It's almost like this was intentional. But no, I put down, like, it's probably not the first, but it's probably, like, one of the more serious times that a death broadcast in the Hunger Games has been shown as, like, tragic and needless rather than, like, victorious.
But tragic and needless to who?
Oh,
To the people of District fucking 10 or 11 or whatever, yeah. To the capital?
Oh, yeah, no, they probably don't care, but they're used to seeing people like, I think the guy's Kato, I think he's called, the young Channing Tatum. When he cuts people down, he's, like, then doing his, like, bro fives and, like, being like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they're used to seeing, and that's what they applaud for. It's harder to applaud and keep up the... It's harder to ignore the ugly truth of a situation when, like, you're watching basically, like, an 11-year-old get, like, a thrown together memorial service with flowers.
This was another moment in which just fucking broke me when I was watching it. I cried a lot. And I fucking love the riot that it inspires.
So good,
in her district. Just because, like, possibly even started by her father. Like, it's just so, like, this is the fucking straw that's broke the camel's back here. This is the fucking final... this is the rebellion starting, basically, because we've just frankly had a fucking enough. And it's so... You don't actually see that in the books because, again, it's from Katniss's point of view, so how would you know?
Yeah.
You learn about it in the second one, but it's not in the first book. And just such a great scene, really.
Like, you're right, it is the straw that broke the camel's back, because it's... Like you say, at some point, this needed to... If they're telling a rebellion story, at some point, something in Katniss's journey here needed to resonate with someone.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
And it obviously does. Obviously, they're so used to now... I think the difference of it is they're so used to seeing, like, presumably kids get slaughtered.
Yeah.
They're numb to it. And I think the thing that wakes them up is someone in the games just having that empathy to, like, not bury her, but, like, do by her the best that could be done under the circumstances.
In the book, the Katniss, shortly after Rue's death, Katniss gets like a care package from District 10 or District 11 or whatever, from Rue's district, and it's just a loaf of bread, just basically like them saying thank you for like burying Rue and stuff, basically.
Oh, that's lovely.
Which is quite sweet. Yeah.
I'm gonna cry again now. So sad.
Good, yeah.
But yeah, great. And then I like that how the other guy from District 10 just like has every opportunity to kill her, but just gives her a pass.
Yeah.
And like, he's obviously in a high stress for, like, I can forgive him for being like, just this once, because he don't want to die either. Like,
no, of course not.
but then you see, like, the moment prior to that, you have that girl who's from either District 1 or 2, just a great moment where a villain chats shit and then immediately realizes why she fucked it.
Just like fucking Hamish said, like, about fucking arrogance being a fucking downfall of a lot of people, and fucking proved it here, just arrogantly bragging about how they killed her, and then wish you didn't say that now, didn't you? And you're getting fucking launched against the fucking the cornucopium or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Boom.
And I like that they don't know, that the other guy from District 10 doesn't know how Rue died, so he hears the girl saying it, and he's like, it was you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like,
Katniss is like, I better stay quiet here.
yeah.
I better not tell him it was Jack Quaid.
Yeah. She's like, it was her, I saw it with my own eyes. But yeah.
It's sad, Lawrence.
It is sad.
A little girl was killed, and now we have to overthrow the government.
It's true, we do.
We have no choice.
We do as well, just our government in general.
And we're gonna.
We are.
We're coming for you, Rishi.
Well, hang on. If anyone's actually listening to this legally, we're not.
Nope, we're coming.
No.
We are launching a revolution. We're launching a coup.
Arrest him, not me. I don't
ride at dawn, boys.
I don't like you, Rishi, but I'm not. I don't have a part in this.
Ah, Lawrence the fence sitter.
No.
When they come for us, he will point in our direction, people.
No, I won't. I'll stay quiet.
No.
Like the kid in Terminator 2. I have no idea where Nathan is.
Yeah.
I like that Kato realizes after like presumably watching each of his friends die a horrific death that his entire life has been worth nothing.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for him because fuck him, but like it's a moment where you go, oh, that's gotta sting that.
Kind of fucking, but kind of not, because it's not his fault. It's
but
the
he
environment
takes some
was
unnecessary
raised.
reveling in it.
Yeah, because he was raised to do so.
True.
Really, he is still a kid at the end of the day.
But where do we draw
Sure,
the
he
line,
looks
Nathan?
like
Racism
he
is
looks
learned.
like- Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. That's a deep question.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Yeah. It's deeper than this show.
Yes. I don't know where you draw the line, but I don't think it's entirely his fault.
No, I mean, like you say, his entire life he's been indoctrinated and sold a dream of riches, or if he can overcome the hardest battle that there is,
Yeah.
and he's fed a load of shit about how it's entirely weighted in his favor. He's been told like, you go in there, you're gonna fucking kill them all. It's easy.
Yeah.
Because like, God forbid what District 1 and 2's like trainers are, like who their mentors are.
No, yeah.
Like the nastiest pricks under the sun, surely.
Yeah. Not good.
The girl that gets wall slammed by upset District 10 adult is Orphan. She's the girl from Orphan.
I've not seen Orphan. Don't know what Orphan is.
It's a scary movie. It's one of the famous horror movies.
Rue is in an upcoming Star Wars series.
Ooh, who's she?
Don't know. Jedi, probably.
She is the titular Star Wars.
Yeah.
She goes, "Hello, I'm Star Wars." We've been recording for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Dogs!
Huh?
Dogs!
Yeah, they're sort of dogs, aren't they?
Big dogs.
Yeah. Don't like.
Big, boring dogs.
They are a bit naff.
Big, boring dogs. So in the books, this is actually a lot more interesting. They're what's called mutations.
Okay.
Because they're like half dogs, half like mutated humans. But the twist is they're actually like the dead from the games. Like,
Oh,
Katniss,
God.
Yeah, Katniss looks, someone's like, why does that look so familiar? She's like, holy fuck, that's Rue.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's fucked up. Yeah.
Just Katniss just fucking lays Rue to rest and walks off. Does the 3-fingered fucking kiss and symbol, and then she hears some bushes twitching. And it's just two of the peacekeepers like, we need this body.
Well, they do get the bodies.
That is not nice. That is
Yeah.
quite. I wish I didn't know that. I'll be honest.
Yeah. It's pretty grim.
Great component to add into the movie. I'm surprised they didn't. It's probably a bit fucking dark, isn't it?
It's a bit dark, and it's also like difficult to do, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I think they took a bet on their CGI and realized it weren't up to it at that point.
yeah.
I guess.
They were like, oh, the CGI is a bit. Yeah. Tell you what, let's just do it at night.
Yeah, it could easily undo all of the sadness of Rue's death to have her just as a puppet dog.
Yeah.
Being like, I'm gonna get you. So I like the way that they hound them back into the center though for a big finale.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, they win, and then they kill each other, but they don't, and then they go home. The end. So, that's it.
I'm just sat here thinking the Capitol could have solved all their problems if they just went, die then. Both of you die.
No, but that's the thing. They can't though, because they need the victor.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the whole point. They can't just say die. In order to sell the products that they've been selling, the dream of the Hunger Games and how it can change people's lives and how
Bring honor to their districts and families.
Exactly. They need a victor. They need a champion because of that. They can't sell it without one.
Oh yeah.
So if they end this with fucking what is it, 24 dead kids, then that's it. Everyone just tuned in to watch 24 kids die.
Yeah.
And for what?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. That does make sense.
Yeah.
I hate them all, and I want them all to meet their end. And we will see as this progresses.
Yeah. Yeah. Also in the books, when they say, "Oh, by the way, that thing we told you about, you can both win. That was bullshit. Lol, have fun. Bye." Katniss immediately turns and pulls the bow on Peter.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Immediately, just like, "Well, fuck you, cunt." But then she's like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that."
Does she feel a remorse for it immediately?
She immediately like feels shame. Yeah, it's like a Luke Skywalker moment.
Oh no. Oh, that's sad. I wish I didn't know that.
Because she
That's
just
sad.
sees Peter like, yeah, that's fair.
Peter does offer himself out straight away, though, doesn't he? He's like, "Go on then, kill me."
Yeah, but he would fucking melt.
Yeah. What a beta
beta boy.
cuck.
Yeah, what a beta cuck.
Peter's not an alpha like all the other lads.
Not like me and Jack Quaid.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Nathan would get the bow. Let there be no misconstrue.
True. If there's anything to learn from this episode, it's that I would get the bow.
Are you excited to watch the next one?
I am. I'm going to watch it tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it tonight. I very much enjoyed watching this. So once we're done recording, I'm going to go watch it. Because, spoiler alert, we're recording our next episode tomorrow. So
Yeah, it's going to be a bit Hunger Games Central and then a
Yeah.
big break in before we watch the last two movies, which are going to be one
Yeah.
episode, by the way. I don't know if we explained that earlier.
because I'm in Greece right now.
As this releases, I guess you are.
Yeah.
How is it there? How's the weather?
It's lovely. I'm sipping a mojito and I'm having a great time.
You have to order it like James Bond in Die Another Day. You have to go, "One mojito, please."
I won't do that.
Or he goes mojito or something. He says it really weirdly.
I won't do that.
You should do it.
I'll just say, "Can I have a mojito, please?"
Say, "I'm Nathan from Another Happy Pod. Why have I not already been given my mojito?"
I won't be doing any of this, Lawrence.
Never mind this. Do you have something to recommend?
Yep, nice and easy this week. I'm just going to recommend the actual book, The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Give it a read. It's good.
Hey, that is a recommend. Mine feels so stupid now compared to this.
Great. Can't wait to hear whatever fucking dumb thing this is.
I recommend, as you can have it as part of a dinner or have it as just a snack. Cucumber with a slight honey drizzle is a very nice treat, a nice snack. A good component to like a stir fry. Very nice. Like some sort of honey-based stir fry sauce with cucumber. Lovely. But in this instance, I literally was cutting some cucumber, just dipped a bit of honey in it, and was like, that's quite good.
Okay.
It's nice.
I know, but Lauren, you're like the most fucking, when it comes to food and like what tastes nice and stuff, you have the like blandest palate.
No, I don't like
this
spice.
Is a man who fucking goes to Nando's and asks for ketchup on his fucking plain chicken. All right,
I don't like
his lemon and herb chicken.
I don't
Yes.
like spice, but I am actually developing into a better cook these days.
It's not just about spice. It's also just the stuff that you think is exciting and the stuff that you eat. You'll add a bit of pepper to your beans. And you'll be like, "Ooh, a culinary masterpiece."
No, you don't need any other
And then
fancy
you
business with your beans.
You'll make you'll put some barbecue sauce in a pasta dish.
It's nice.
And suddenly you're like, Lawrence's special barbecue-based pasta.
It's fucking good. It's not.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but just recognize that all you've done is squeezing some barbecue sauce into your fucking pasta sauce, mate. You're not breaking any mold here, all right?
Fine. You don't have to try it if you don't want to, everyone. It's nice, though, if you wanted to give it a go. Anyway, thank you.
Lawrence gets plain when he goes to Nando's.
Oh, I get your mum.
Great.
Thank you very much for listening, everyone. If you've enjoyed this, new episodes go out every single Friday. We have a rocking good time. And if you want to give us a little follow on... Why are you giving me a look?
No, something was missing there.
Yeah, we agreed that last week. I'm sticking to it.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that official now, is it?
Yeah, it's just... I got a busy 2 weeks ahead of me taking over all editing duties.
You edited Still Got Legs for tomorrow yet?
You shouldn't ask me that question.
So that's a no.
Yeah, if you have enjoyed this, then you can give us a little follow on our social media as well. We are on Twitter at Another Happy Pod. Give us a little follow. That's where you'll get a little post reminder to show you when we've posted a new episode. And next week we are going to be doing this.
It's a sequel, we already said.
Yeah, I know, but I was just going to play like a nice moment from the trailer, get everyone amped for part 2. There we go. I'll bring that forward. We'll have that instead. Lovely, jubbly Nathan. We have another podcast, don't we?
We do. It's called Still Got Legs. It's all about Doctor Who. It comes out every Monday at 10 a.m. Yeah,
What?
it's all about Doctor Who.
What's the joke? What's the giggle?
I said the 10 a.m. thing.
Oh, fuck you. No promises.
But you didn't notice because you was on your phone.
I'm fine. I checked my phone once.
Yes.
Once.
You wasn't paying attention. You wasn't listening before you can take your foot off the gas and nothing will happen. Well, I
was
say
wrong.
nay.
I was wrong.
Yeah, give that a listen. It's good fun. We're about to record the next episode now, so it'll probably be pretty tired, I guess.
Yeah. Go check in for a really late recorded episode.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Goodbye, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your day/evening.
Goodbye. And may the odds be ever in your favour. Kind of sucks, that one.